personally, I find if you want to help an artist and if you want to support an artist, obviously buying the music is one way, but there's all the licensing issues that come with it, which is still technically very, very, very grey. And Patreon is probably the best way to support any artist, right, or maker, because you're supporting the process of making, not the final product. This is what you're doing with Patreon, and you'll find that a lot of artists and a lot of musicians and painters especially, but musicians as well, what we enjoy most out of a composition or a cover is probably the process itself of making that happen. So with Patreon, you're supporting the process much more so than the final product. If you prefer the final product, buy the CDs and all that, but if you want to support the artist, I do 100% believe that format is the best way we have right now at the moment to support an artist, because view income is just gonna, it's not gonna cut it, and essentially, it's only going to decrease, really. It's the amount of whatever the per click, whatever income you make, it decreases by the minute, really, these days.
There's really no question. I completely agree with you. Diversifying your revenue as musicians is super important.
Yeah.
And so if you're just relying on AdSense, well, anything can happen, as we've learned with the demonetization. If you have diversification, then you could say, well, I am not dependent on that. Patreon is a really good tool. I will say Patreon did have that scare when they were thinking about changing how they're going to charge patrons. And so even that is not 100%, but it's still better than a lot of other options. Yeah. I just think it is. I agree with you that it is a really good option. It's something where, though, let me think about this. What am I going to say about this? I guess my problem is I already give so much of my stuff for free, so you can already see my process. You can already see my tweets. I need to, I don't want to make more content for Patreon. I'm just gonna give it for free. It's just, but if you like it, just give me it for free.
That's why I'm saying Patreon. You're supported, not the end product, not the end result. Yeah. You're supporting the process itself. You're supporting the person and the artist and the mind behind it, as opposed to just. Because yes, the final product is free for everybody to see, so it's a hard one for the artist. How do I work out perks and that kind of stuff? But that's something you can iron out. And I've seen people not offer any perks because they're going, I'm being honest here.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, I'm being honest here. All I'm asking is your support, and I can whatever you want, just ask maybe. But it's. I don't think perks are a necessity. Mine are very, very minimal. Anyway, that's all I'll say about it. I don't like pushing Patreon too much because it does feel like we're begging or asking for money. But at the same time, if I've did that for years. If I was in the street performing and playing and singing songs, that's what we're doing. And a lot of musicians, I don't know nowadays, but back then a lot of musicians had to go through that just to even pay the bills. So literally, or even get food on the table for the night. So. Begging and singing in the street is something I had to do. Now I can't do it from inside the house.
Yeah, we have high tech. Yeah.
But yeah, of course it is e-begging, but at the same time, I think without that, I don't think artists could survive.